Tonight, the reality program Sister Wives, which is about a polygamist family, will return with an all-new episode of Season 19 called Am I My Brother's Keeper, which will air exclusively on Sunday, September 22, 2024. Below, you will find a summary of the most recent episode of Sister Wives. Following their reunion at a wedding, Cody depicts the family dynamic as a total civil war in tonight's episode of Sister Wives, which is the third episode of the 19th season, according to the description provided by TLC. During the time when Mykelti is operating on her twins by caesarean section, Christine and Robin are reunited in the waiting room. Cody thinks on his 3 unsuccessful marriages when he is spending time with Robin and their children at a game night. Consequently, be sure to return between the hours of 10 and 11 p.m. Eastern Time for our summary of Sister Wives. You should be sure to check out all of our Sister Wives spoilers, news, recaps, videos, and other content right here while you wait for our recap to be posted. In the episode of Sister Wives that airs tonight, the family is in shambles. Cody has been abandoned by 3 of his spouses out of a total of 4. The connection that Cody had with his children was likewise one that was strained. On the verge of giving birth to twins, one of his daughters, whom he shared with Christine, was ready to give birth. In order to see the hospital, Christine was invited. A visit to the hospital was extended to Robin. Cody was not mentioned throughout the event since no one desired to have him present. Since Cody's children are now adults, he has practically given up on them. It was during the epidemic when it began, and he never made any attempt to rectify it after things had returned to normal. In the event that Cody thought that he was not receiving the respect that he deserved, he was the guy who would cut someone off. On top of that, he was unable to comprehend how terrible he had been to his family. Now that they are no longer his ex-partners, Cody has no desire to touch them in any way. Even when they were on Coyote Pass, he was unable to get the courage to interact with them. The property in Coyote Pass was something that they together as a family purchased. Originally, it was planned to be subdivided into 4 separate assets. During that historical period, it was expected that every wife would construct her own house on the given land. Cody's wives began to leave him, which brought about this shift. Christine made a clean exit from the premises as she walked away. Due to the fact that Janelle had a deep affection for the land, she had the intention of leaving her portion of it to her children. As soon as she laid eyes on it, she was instantly enamored with it. Mary, on the other hand, is not just interested in leaving, but she is also confused about what to do with the land. Arizona was not home to any of Mary's relatives. Utah is a state in which she has links. She had established a life for herself in Las Vegas up until the point that Cody made the decision to relocate the family to Oklahoma. There was never a time when she had a family life there. Even Cody was not with her while she was in Arizona. The most of the time, she was alone herself, and as a result, she found it simple to end her marriage. In order to get a divorce, she sought the officials of her religion. The church refers to this as a release of someone. At the same time, Mary was liberating herself in order to discover what else was available. With the exception of Cody's former partners, things continued to be uncomfortable. They were all extended an invitation to attend a wedding. Everybody was invited to attend by the newlyweds. The first reason why Cody was reluctant to go was because he did not want to be in the same room with his former wife. He did not believe that it would be successful. The newlyweds called him to wish them well. They extended an invitation just to him and Robin. Cody went since Robin was really eager to go, and he did so. It was just what he had envisioned. It was a very embarrassing situation. He was unable of mustering the courage to be sociable. Simply put, he pretended as if they were strangers attending a wedding. Mary was the only former girlfriend that Cody had a connection with in some way. Having said that, Mary was irritated by the length of time that he took to end their relationship. She was never Cody's top priority at any point during the marriage or in the last stages of it. When he divorced his other 2 wives, he finally came to the realization that he could not afford to have another adversary. The only reason he is suddenly being kind to Mary is because of this. It was impossible for him to work up the courage to be kind to Christine or Janelle. Even now, Cody is unable to comprehend the circumstances around Janelle's behavior. He believed that they still had the ability to make their marriage work. It was Cody's inability to recall a few important details. In the same way that he did not provide emotional support to her children, or how he showed preference to Robin's children over other youngsters. As the youngest member of the family, Robin is the youngest. It is Ariella who is known by the name Ari. Due to the fact that she was unable to comprehend the concept of multiple family, Ari would occasionally urge her father to stay with her. In response to Cody's requests, Robin never complied with his request to drag her away. In a way that was beneficial to her, she desired for Ari to experience her emotions. This was not a typical household, so it's possible that she went a little bit above what was expected of her. A plural family was what they were. Cody did not have any moments to squander. Other women were his spouses. He was a father to other children. In order to be there for Ari, he was sacrificing time that he normally spent with the other people, which caused some of the other people to feel resentful against him. They had the impression that they are unable to rely on their father. Their feelings of envy grew. They were also aware that their mothers were not participating in the activity. Cody ceased to divide his time in an equal quantity. Janelle was perhaps the most charming of all the ex-girlfriends, and she even called Cody and Robin out on their poor parenting. Growing up, her children never experienced feelings of jealousy since they had to share their father with his other children or with other moms. It was their parents who informed them that this was their group of relatives. This had become their standard. Cody and Robin do not approach the preparation of Robin's children in the same manner. Cody frequently visits Robin's home for gaming evenings. At all times, he was located in that area. Now that he is divorced, he resides in that location. He was always there for her children, and she could count on him. There is no one else's. When Cody went to Christine's house, he would spend the entire 2 hours he was there doing nothing but talking on the phone. He was intended to remain there for many days. He began to remain there for a sufficient amount of time to assert that he was present. Simply said, it did not have any real impact. Additionally, Cody stopped going to Janelle's house altogether once their older boys moved back in with them. During the epidemic, the children did not look at it with the same level of seriousness as Cody would have liked. In essence, he instructed Janelle to evict them, but she refused to comply with his request. It was because of this that their relationship began to unravel for the first time. She made her decision between him and their children when he urged her to pick between the two of them. At the wedding that was stated before, one of her children was able to see Robin. He gave her a hug. Robin was taken aback by the fact that he expressed his want to be with her. Robin had a terrific rapport with a few of the older children. It was for this reason that she was invited to the hospital that Mykelti was due to have a caesarean section. When Robin came into the scene, Mykelti was in the process of figuring out where she belonged in the world, and it was Robin who encouraged her to feel like she was noticed, which was not always a simple task to do in a household with several members. It's not that Robin was a nasty person. She did not bear any responsibility for the partiality that occurred. Cody was the first to lay. Suddenly, Cody didn't want to continue maintaining a multiple family, which was something he had been doing previously. He ardently desired for everything to revolve around him. They were either in a state of devotion or they were abandoned for dead. There was never any opportunity for him to find a compromise. However, Robin remained with Mykelti for a few days at this time. 2 of Mykelti's sons were in good health. The couple has a daughter who is older. Robin offered to assist them because they required additional hands. Christine was also present at that very moment. Both of them took turns being there for Mykelti because it was uncomfortable for them to be in the same room together. Cody was the one who was left out of the equation. There was no attempt made by Cody to call or visit his most recent grandkids. As a result of this, Robin has been exerting a lot of pressure on him to repair some bridges. Every one of his children needed to be contacted by him. It would be impossible for her to respect him if he abandoned his children,